Good day, dear grade 11 learners. Good day, everyone. I am again your sir and your teacher for this subject, Mr. Jid Michael D. Kasamayor, and for today I am going to discuss to you about the 21st century literature of the Philippines and the world with our lesson about the representative texts and authors of North and Latin America. And for this presentation, I am going to share to you first the North America examples of literary texts and some of their authors. So I hope that you are going to be prepared for this. So brace yourselves and here we begin. So let's begin with the overview. So the introduction, North America is a mainland or continent totally inside the northern hemisphere and practically all inside the western hemisphere. It is the third biggest landmass by region, following Asia and Africa, and the fourth by populace after Asia, Africa, and Europe. It incorporates the nations of Central America, Mexico, the United States, Canada, Greenland, and the islands of the Caribbean district. So here in the presentation you can see the map of the North America. Okay, so I hope that if you are from the North America, if you happen to visit North America, then you might be knowledgeable about this. And I hope that apart from having this discussion, you also research about um, what is or how vast North America is. So next is, these are some of the North American writers and some of their works. So we have here in the first column the title of the literary text, and in the second column are the name of the authors. So first we have here Slow Dance. This is a poem written by David L. Weatherford. Second is When I Was 1 at 20, a poem as well by Alfred Edward Houseman. And the third is The Story of an Hour, a short story by Chapman. And The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, James Thurber. And My Face, which is an essay written by Robert Charles Benchley. So we begin our discussion of the North American writers by Mr. David L. Weatherford. According to our reference, he is a psychologist with published poems in Chicken Soup for the Soul. He was born on July 20, 1952 in Mount Vernon, Jefferson County, Illinois, United States of America. He died on January 7, 2010 at age of 57. So one of his very famous poems is titled Slow Dance. And this is Mr. David L. Weatherford, how he look. Okay, so this is a very famous poet, okay, in northern um, America. So here we are going to have the sample or the some of the example or some of the work of Weatherford titled Slow Down. Slow Dance. Okay, so let us read this. And I hope that you're going to read it together with me. Have you ever watched kids on a merry-go-round or listened to rain slapping the ground? Ever followed a butterfly's erratic flight or gazed at the sun fading into the night? You better slow down, don't dance so fast. Time is short, the music won't last. Do you run through each day on the fly when you ask, how are you? Do you hear the reply? When the day is done, do you lie in your bed with the next 100 chords running through your head? You better slow down, Don't dance so fast, time is short, the music won't last. Ever told your child we'll do it tomorrow and in your haste, not see his sorrow? Ever lost touch, let the friendship die, cause you never had time to call and say hi? You better slow down, don't dance so fast, time is short, the music won't last. When you run so fast to get somewhere, you miss half the fun of getting there. When you worry and hurry through your day, it's like an open gift thrown away. Life isn't a race, so take it slower, hear the music before your song is over. So I like the poem. I hope that you do like it also. So next is Alfred Edward Houseman. He is known as A.E. Houseman, was an English traditional researcher and writer. He is most popular to the overall population for his pattern of sonnets, a Shropshire lad. Melodious and practically epigrammatic in structure, the sonnets contemplatively bring out the fates and frustration of youth in the English countryside. He was one of the premier classicists of his age and has been positioned as probably the best researcher who ever lived. One of his works is entitled When I Was 1 and 20, which is we are going to tackle for this presentation. So this is um, When I Was 1 and 20, composition or a poem written by A.E. Houseman. So let us read all together, everyone. When I was 1 and 20, I heard a wise man say, give crowns and pounds and guineas, but not your heart away. Give pearls away and rupees, but your fancy free. But I was 1 and 20, no use to talk to me. When I was 1 and 20, I heard him say again, the heart out of the bosom was never given in vain. 'Tis paid with sighs and plenty, and sold for endless rue, and I am 2 and 20, and oh, 'tis true, 'tis true. This is also very poetic and this is very metaphorical. I hope that you read it also. You read it together with me and feel the essence of the poem. Now for the third author, we have Chapman. She was an American creator of short stories and books situated in Louisiana. She is currently considered by some scholars to have been a harbinger of the American 20th century women's activist writers of Southern or Catholic foundation. One of her works is entitled The Story of an Hour, and remember that only few are, writers or women, because during that time the culture was not fully recognizing the women as to be having this societal role. Okay, so there are issues when it comes to women empowerment. There are issues when it comes to women becoming leaders. So there is really like that, no? A community that is very paternal, a community that is, we cannot say the equilibrium before, but now ultimately we can almost say that women are taking their powers, women are recognized as well by having this example, Kate Chapman as a writer. So this is her picture. Okay. So Kate Chapman was known or famous of her work, The Story of an Hour. Okay, so this masterpiece in these 4 stories, Kate Chapman subtly captures the intricate interior lives of a generation of women. So basically, it talks about women. From the famous proto-feminist tale, The Story of an Hour, the subtly sexy, a respectable woman, Chapman sheds light on the frustrations, desire, and dreams of her own era and the reverberations today. So this is some of the reviews that are available online, okay? So artist Gemma quirky illustration provide this classic picture about the story of an hour. Okay, so moving on. We have James Grover Thurber. He was an American sketch artist, creator, comedian, writer, dramatist, and commended mind. He was most popular for his sketch shows and short stories, distributed primarily in the New Yorker and gathered in his previous books. Thurber was one of the most mainstream comedians of his time and commanded the comic disappointments and unconventionalities of the common individuals. His works have every now and again been adjusted into films, including The Male Animal in 1942, The Battle of the Sexes in 1959 in view of Thurber's The Catbird Seat, and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, adjusted twice in 1947 and in 2013, which will be discussed in this lesson. So this is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty being adapted into a movie. Okay, the summary of this is that The Secret Life of Walter Mitty tells the story of the aging Walter Mitty on a trip into town with his overbearing wife, Mrs. Mitty. Walter is inept at many things. He is an absent-minded driver. He can't handle simple mechanical tasks and he forgets things easily. What makes Walter exceptional is his imagination. And remember, Mr. Thorber is very famous as a comedian, right? So might be this piece or this masterpiece is very funny to watch. So I hope that you also um, find time to read this article, or some of our activities might be letting you have read this some of the works of our North American writers. Okay, so brace yourselves, be ready for that. And we have Robert Charles Benchley. He was an American comedian, most popular for his work as a paper editorialist and film entertainer. Benchley is best associated with his commitments to the New Yorker, where his expositions, regardless of whether effective or absurdist, impacted numerous advanced comedians. He also wrote essays. One of his works is entitled My Face. So this is the face of Mr. Robert Charles Benchley. Some of his works are Of All Things. Okay, this is An Evening Alone, which is produced by Metro Goldwyn Mayer and then converted into a play, I guess, or movie. And then Appearance, My Face. Okay, so the My Face, which will be, um, which will be analyzed by you in this lesson. That's it for this lesson. Okay, for the Latin American, we will be Latin American authors and sample text will be discussed in the next video. So thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and for your activities, please check your Google Classroom, my dear grade 11 students. So that's it for today. Thank you.